Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bergenstages Television, our entertainment magazine here at Bergen Community College. Today we have three very familiar faces on our show to talk about the new Bergen Alumni Theater's production of the complete works of William Shakespeare, Abridged. Please join me in welcoming back to the show Christine Dunning, Ethan Vanell, and Ray Parente. Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome back. Welcome back. There's so much I want to talk about this show because it's such a hilarious piece, and you are the only three characters in it. I mean, actors in it. There's thousands of characters, but you're the only actors in it. So I really want to talk about how crazy and zany that is. But let's talk first more about Bergen Alumni Theater. I know we had you on a year, maybe two ago, talking about the theater company. So remind us how it got started. Christine, how did we begin this?
Well, about 5 years ago, Ray came up with this thought of having a place for Bergen alumni to come and do theater. I mean, of course, you can always come back and do theater at Bergen, but the idea of having a place where the alumni can link up with the students and everybody can sort of learn from each other, sort of like a TPW plus, like, you know, that's now the baby birds are kicked out of the nest, and can we put a whole show together on our own and feel that ownership over it? And so when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, I don't know, let's try that. And we came to you and told you about it, and you were like, yeah, let's see.
And when did this idea come to you? What was the stimulus to get that going?
You know, I had seen, first of all, I had thought of Steppenwolf and you know, all these kinds of theater companies that were born out of, you know, people going to a certain school together, and then they're all like, okay, well now what do we do? So let's create our own work, and then kind of put ourselves out there that way.
Cool.
And
cool.
yeah.
Were you in the midst of a show here? Because you guys have done a lot of shows. I remember Noises Office around that time. As You Like It?
Much Ado About Nothing.
Much Ado, yeah. Was happening around that time too. So some of that kind of, at that time you were seeing each other to chat about it a lot. So that's kind of, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And again, this is your fourth summer season.
Yeah.
So it's 5 years, but fourth season. You have done more than just the summer season, but you started with Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm looking at you because you were in Midsummer Night's, and you directed and you designed.
Yeah.
It's fun that you guys kind of swap around there. Then it was cartoon. And you directed that one. Great. Did you design?
I did some of the sound and I did the set.
Yeah. Then last year we did Doubt, which was fun to do together. And now this year, Ethan's back to do this one. So good. And it does give an opportunity not just for the alums to come together, but to mentor students that are there, giving them opportunities during the summer, because it's pretty quiet around here. If you don't go off to do summer stock somewhere, you're not doing a whole heck of a lot. Right. So Ethan, I'm going to turn and ask you about your experiences working with the Alumni Theater, because you're not an alum yet.
Nope.
Not yet. So, but you've been working with them a lot.
Yes. I think other than Doubt, I've been in everything that Bat did. Even before Midsummer, which was the first show in Ender, where they had the whole space, we did Manner of Murder.
Written by Christine.
Sort of the first launch.
Big fundraiser.
So I got to be in that. And I had known Ray and Christine from being in shows at Bergen.
And I think you did some of the Reader's Theater pieces too. Didn't you do some of the children's reading? Yeah. So that's kind of where we started that season, wasn't it? It was like, let's get together and do that. And then last year you guys took on doing The Kite Runner.
Yeah.
Thinking during Band Book Week, you guys took that on to do a reading of that. So it's been great collaborating during the year with Bergenstages and other students here, but also then giving the theater over to you guys. And it's funny, I feel like you don't need me anymore, you know. Which is great. That's I'm here, but it's more of, gosh, you guys have taken this reins, and that's kind of awesome. So, Ethan, I'm leaving you out of this for a moment. Where do you envision this going at this point? Doing more during the year? Do we have another Manner of Murder coming up? You know, I missed that one. That was such a great fundraiser, and you wrote it, and it was so much fun. We did it as a collaboration with our culinary arts, which was great. Have you thought about doing any of those kind of things during the year, other than the?
We had a sequel. We were having talks about a sequel. I think in the future things like that will come up again. I could see the sequel being written. Right?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to do another murder mystery sort of comedy, you know, dessert night. It was so much fun.
And I think it keeps you present in people's minds during the year,
Yeah.
so you're not waiting till just summertime to talk about what's coming up there, that you can even promote, what's going to come up in the following summer sort of thing there too. It's tough though, isn't it, running your own business?
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
It is. We're literally just having a conversation about that this morning. Of, the margins can be so tight, especially when it comes to theater. And then the other thing is like, for us, I think theater is so much about giving back and doing things. And so that's another tightrope to walk, because it's like, if you're ever making so much more money in theater than you're putting out, then you're probably not doing that right either. Because if you're making tons and tons of money, your productions better be getting better and better. So it can be razor thin, but we're continuing to be able to do it, which already is a success. Most companies just fall
Within
apart.
2 years, they're done. That's it. They've kind of tapped and realized the last thing they're doing is acting, because they're trying to keep everything together for so long.
Yeah.
So Ethan, now I'm going to turn to you, because you did theater production workshop.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you see a likeness to what goes on with the Alumni Theater?
Now, yeah, absolutely. Now that in this show, this is the first batch show that I get to be on the production side of it, as well as one of the 3 co-directors that we're looking into the show with. It's very similar, having to have that collaborative sense and talking amongst each other to put together what resources we have and make it into something that we're gonna feel good about showing to people.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And you have equal voices on what's going on there, which is such a fascinating choice to do. But I think the original show was directed by the 3 writers that wrote it, if I remember.
Yeah.
It was devised by them.
And so
Yeah.
they just all kind of came with it. So you find this is the exact same thing, collaborating like that, or do you need an eye out there watching this whole thing?
So how we've been doing it is we've been recording ourselves, because the show doesn't really have a lot of moments where like only 2 of us are on stage and 1 of us is off stage. So there's not a lot of time to like physically step out. But we've been finding, I think the recording system works really well. So we'll record it, we'll go home, we'll look at it like kind of football coaches. Like we'll kind of review things, and then we'll come in with notes and say, this, didn't look very balanced, or the picture looked off here. Could we fix this entrance or fix that exit? Or this wasn't reading. What were you trying to say here? And that's been working
Does it
pretty
make
well.
you, do you feel self-conscious in that? I know a lot of times you're like, ooh, I hate my voice, or ooh, I hate the way I look.
I do.
Can you pull yourself out of that though and go, I'm not, or are you just watching
That's
the other
one
people?
of the-
and not you,
yeah.
So that you could critique the other 2 and you're,
Right, yeah.
yeah, it's
And
tough.
It's tough to kind of step outside and see it as an audience member when you're in it. That's
Because
at least
the
what
camera,
I'm finding.
the camera is looking not what the audience is seeing.
Yeah.
In a big theater space,
Right.
it's looking at everything that's happening
Yeah.
there, and then a camera's just honing on that and going, boy, I'm awfully big there.
Yeah. All you do is
Yeah.
watch yourself.
I find
Yeah.
myself when we meet for notes at the beginning of the next rehearsal, I'm like crossing out notes for myself.
We always
I'm like,
have
oh,
notes for
Ethan,
ourselves.
do that better.
Yeah.
Ethan, do that better. It's me. So I tend to sort of unconsciously focus on myself and being critical of myself, that I have to remind myself to look at it broader.
Good. Yeah, that's a tough thing to do, but what a valuable lesson to look at that way. I know a lot of people, I've never done it in a rehearsal process, because I know younger actors are just so self-conscious about it. 1, they don't even want to look at it.
Yeah.
And then 2, they go, ooh, and then they go back to the next rehearsal, not in the character anymore. They're outside watching themselves be the character. It's like, oh, yeah. But it's great that you guys can use this as such a great way to do this trio directing kind of thing like that as well. Good. And how do you guys pick your plays? How do you come up with? I mean, Midsummer, Shakespeare, great, no royalties.
Free, yeah.
Yeah.
So in your first season, which was a great idea, I think cartoon was way out there.
Yeah, really weird.
How did you even hear of cartoon?
I kind of said, oh, I'd like to try and, direct the next one.
Yeah.
And so then I went trolling all of the shows that are out there. And so you can go to these websites like Concord and like filter. So I was like, well, I know I want to do something that was written in the past 10 to 15 years, so you can filter that way. I know I want to do a comedy. You can sort of filter down
Size
and then
of the cast and all.
yeah,
those
exactly.
Kind of
Cast size, set.
Yeah.
And then I just started reading descriptions and just seeing what kind of stuck out at me. And then when I liked 4 or 5 of them, I got copies of those plays and read them. And cartoon just sort of spoke to me. I think I tend to like sort of like weird, uncomfortable theater. There's a quote I really like that says theater should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable, and I really like that.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's what drew me to the sort of weirdness and craziness. And I think I always call myself a maximalist, and Cartoon was a really maximal play.
Yeah.
Certainly was. Certainly was. And then Doubt we kind of worked on together. We just kind of peeled up some of the possibilities, which I think was an excellent choice. I think.
Yeah.
It was so much
It
fun.
was it was a great production. It really just kind of brought it down to just a few people to work with, and now we've gone from 4 to 3.
Yeah.
Are you thinking going bigger? I know there was one point talking about musicals, but I know musicals are huge.
Yeah.
And a lot of undertaking. Are you still thinking that? What do you? I guess this is looking at you both and 3. Are you thinking about directing? Was that anything you ever wanted to do? Or you just like the acting part of all this?
For the main chunk of what I'd call my career of performing, it's been like strictly acting. I did Director's Lab as well. So,
yeah.
But when I did TPW, I did not direct. So I did Director's Lab, then didn't direct, and now I'm here, and it's sort of an adjustment phase, but I'm enjoying it. I definitely would like to take a hand in more like production-sided things. It doesn't have to be necessarily directing.
Cool. And I know, I'll speak for the Alumni Theater, they would love more collaboration,
Yes.
more people involved in getting it, taking on different production aspects of it all. It's growing, and it's fun to watch it grow and to see people kind of come to it and go, gee, I've never even tried this. Let me try this thing and see if it works there. So what, if I asked you your 5-year plan, what are you thinking? Are you thinking musicals? Are you thinking?
Yeah, we have some.
Christine's looking at Ray.
There it is. We have some musicals in mind. We've also started looking at like other plays to like do in the interim, and thinking a little bit more about some other ideas that we can do outside of that summer slot. But one show that we were. Yeah,
you don't want to give it away yet. So
not
we
yet,
won't give anything away. But and of course you
we know
can't
for
because
sure.
if you don't got the rights, then you can't announce it.
Yeah.
So
That's exactly
it's
it,
one of
yeah.
those kind of things there. So Ethan, working with these guys now that you've worked 3 out of the 4, well, actually even more than that because you did what can you recommend to students at Bergen with what the Alumni Theater offers?
Oh, yeah.
What is your pitch to say, hey guys?
I would say that a common thing that you'll hear is just don't say no. There's really no reason as a young actor who's still at school to say no to any opportunity that a company is willing to give to you. Like we have Leilani and we have Anthony that are both working on this show that are just doing amazing work for us.
Oh my God, yeah.
And a crew back there, right
Yeah,
there.
we
Yeah.
have
Yes.
Yeah.
still mostly small, but anything that you can do to gain any sort of experience in any branch, like if you're an actor and you're here for your AFA, that's fine, but see what's going on backstage. At the very least, you'll gain some appreciation for the people that will be helping you out when you get back on stage. If you're mainly a tech person, there's always something more that you can be learning, something more you could be doing, and you might find that you had a little fun on stage if you happen to hop on stage.
And it works with your work schedule too. It doesn't. It allows you to have a job, but you also kind of. I mean, it's very off Broadway. It very is that I'm able to keep my day job while I'm making this happen, and that's kind of a cool thing that you guys have done with that. And so now you've picked this particular show, and you've got a few people working backstage like Leilani. Aliana Flora.
Yeah, we have Haley Van Sickle,
Haley's
and we
the- yeah.
have
Francesca.
Francesca
Oh,
Mofletto.
right. Cool. So you've got some people, some are alums now, coming back already to help you with this particular production. That's outstanding, and that's I think the dream of the theater. there.
Absolutely. This is our first production where we had people come to ask us what we were doing next and if they could help, and that's great.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want. So do you have any more other pitch to what you want in the next 5 years?
I think that I think as sort of like managing director versus creative director, I just am excited anytime that it looks like we're gonna be able to keep going. So that makes me really happy. I'm just happy to be here. It seems like a sort of imposter syndrome thing where it's like as long as people keep letting us do theater, I'm like, okay, well I'll just
Cool.
just keep doing it.
You see the magic
Yeah.
happening, and I think that's the best part. Well, we're going to take a really short break, then we're going to come back and we're going to talk more about the show you're kind of involved in now. So we're going to take a break and come back and talk to Christine, Ray, and Ethan about the complete works of William Shakespeare, Abridged. Come right back.
Why come to Bergen? Our Bergen community spans far and wide. Throughout Bergen County, the state of New Jersey, and, in a very real way, the world. From alumni and local residents looking for ways to become part of our Bergen community, the college offers a variety of opportunities, such as Anna Maria Saccone Theater. Students also choose Bergen because it provides students with a well-rounded educational experience and affordable tuition. No matter where you want to go, Bergen will help you get there.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hello and welcome back to Bergenstages Television. Today we've been talking with Christine Dunning, Ray Parente, and Ethan Bennell about Bergen Alumni Theater. And now we're going to get specific and talk about the show that you guys are in the midst of rehearsing called The Complete Works of William Shakespeare, Abridged. So the first question is, how did you pick this one?
Well, we were thinking about like what would bring in an audience, get them excited, and this one kind of has a little bit of, like a lot of interaction with the audience and really making them feel like they're in the space and going on this journey with us. So that was one of the factors. We wanted to make it something that, you know, that's appealing to people that like that kind of thing. And it seems like that's kind of where a lot of things are heading now. Everybody likes to feel
It's
like
Shakespeare, but fun. I mean, just
right.
Not that Shakespeare can't be fun, but it's just this is really fun.
Yes,
and
yeah,
silly.
yeah.
So, do you know where these guys came up with this idea to do this show, to do all 37 works in 87 minutes?
97 minutes.
97
yeah.
Do you know have any idea where they
So
even
they
came up with
started this. It's called the Reduced Shakespeare Company.
Right, yeah.
And they, and it's funny because the three guys that wrote it, Adam, Daniel, and Jess, they come from very different backgrounds. Like one of the guys doesn't really have much formal theater training at all. One of them went to clown school, like clown college, and has a clowning background. And then another guy is like more academic. And I guess they were just friends that they really loved comedy, and they loved physical comedy and clowning, and they kind of saw an opportunity to find a unique way to share their love of Shakespeare with everybody. And then another really unique thing that I love about this is that they are continuing to edit this show as time goes on. So sometimes with shows written in the 80s or early 90s, you can run into things that are just either aren't funny anymore because you're referencing Cheers or, you know,
Yeah, sure.
or
Yeah.
just things that like it's not the way we talk about people anymore. And these guys have continued to update the play, and they even have a note for the directors when you license the show that says, hey, if we got something wrong here, feel free to change it.
Or if the world's changed in the
Exactly.
time that you got the rights to do
Yeah.
this. Oh, that's great.
Which has been really great, you know, even down to, they say like, they have lots of references to Real Housewives, and we're like, you know, people don't really watch that anymore. We feel the freedom that like we can change it to a more relevant show.
Cool.
Where usually if you do that for a show, you have to like go talk to whoever licensed the show to you and get permission. And so it feels like these are like three groovy guys, you know, that they really have good ideas about the world.
But it keeps the show relevant
Yeah.
and still fun and still Shakespeare and all that kind of. So now the show is set where? Where are we when we walk into this theater? What is this? Who are you people?
We are in the theater, and it really tells it itself. But we are all in that theater.
Are you actors doing this, or are we just coming
We are actors doing this.
So we know that we're coming to see a theater company do this.
Yes. Impossible task. Yeah.
Impossible task.
Yeah.
Right.
And that you've taken on, and we've come to see you take this on. So we're in a theater.
Yes.
That I know is kind of a Globe theater takeoff.
Fashioned in like a low budget kind of
Globified
globe.
Ender
Yeah.
Hall.
We
Because
have,
that's this theater company that we're coming in to see.
Yeah.
right.
Has said, okay, this is going to be a low budget version of the Globe Theater.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
And to make it even more meta and confusing, we are playing Ray, Ethan, and Christine.
Yes.
The script instructs you to use your own names as actors. So we are playing ourselves, but we are not ourselves. I mean, the characters that we're given are not very much like us, but the point of the play, I think, is to feel really meta for the audience so they feel like they're coming on this journey with us.
And they know you. So if I'm Ethan's parents, I go, oh, they said Ethan's name. Oh, it's really Ethan. up there."
Exactly, yeah.
Cool. That's cool. That's really cool. So it's such a fun story. I don't even know how to even talk about it. Just to,
The lines of reality get blurred.
They do.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
It's
it's
and I've
it
been
keeps it very in your face that way.
yeah.
So with your past, with what you've done in acting and theater in your past, what has most helped you adapt to this type of theater? Because this is really different.
Yeah.
To be honest, working on shows and putting on shows, because so much goes on between the actors that kind of have to do with like what the show is and getting their own input on what that experience is going to be. So to be honest, putting on the shows has informed me a lot about what these characters are feeling about each other and what these actors are feeling. So yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know if that answers your
Yeah,
question.
it does.
but
It
yeah.
does. It does. Yeah. But you've all done some improv. You've all, obviously, that's
That's
a
it.
part of it too. I guess is what I'm milking out here. Is just kind of say, so you've had some improv experience, and it's almost like the experience of rehearsals help you get into this show because it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're
kinda-
constantly finding stuff.
We sort of encountered this need very early on reading the script where we would get to these chunks of the play that were written down and we're like, okay, let's figure out how to make this funny. So we sort of just had to embrace playing around with each other and just like going into the space, use as much of what we can from the book to inform us, and then just play around with whatever until it works and that we feel good with it.
Do you know how many characters you actually play?
I've never sat down and counted, but it's
I
a lot.
have not
Yeah.
counted, but amongst all 37 plays, I mean, in Hamlet alone, I think I play 3 or 4 or 5.
And the idea is to run off, change, and become this other character.
Yes.
It might be right on stage and become, and that's what they wanted to do. It's not like, oh, we're actors and 10 people didn't show up to our play tonight
Yeah.
and we have to do
Yeah.
this. It's like we wanted to take this on and do this sort of thing. Count, I'd love to know how many characters you can
Yeah, we should count
I'm going
it.
in the
Yeah.
80s. I'm
Yeah,
thinking probably
it's gotta
80
be.
something between all of
believe
you
that,
guys in the show. So what do you find most challenging, Christine, in doing it?
I think going into it, I thought the most challenging thing was going to be having 3 directors, but that has actually been one of the easiest things. I think even though we all have 3 different communication styles, we always sort things out even if we have disagreements. I think the most difficult has been the technical aspect of figuring out, okay, well, I have to run off stage and I have 3 seconds to change into a completely new costume. So what does that mean technically? Because we can't cut it. Right. So now we have to figure out, and we have Leilani Thibodeau who's doing our costumes. She's been incredible with figuring out where to put Velcro, where to make a dress, half of a dress so it can slip on. She's been really kind of ingenious in like helping figure out how we can turn 3 seconds into a full costume change.
Yeah, it's not just accessorizing. It
Yeah.
is actually
Yeah.
full costume changes,
Yeah.
wig changes, and different props coming out all the time. So that is and you were smart. You've started this early on with using that because you can't fake this. You can't mime it. It doesn't work.
Normally you start using costumes for the dress rehearsal, and for a show like this, we really can't because our costumes are almost props in this show. We have to use them as soon as possible.
Playing with them on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then you have dressers off stage to help you with all this. Each of you have your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right off in the wings to not even in the wings, just behind the portholes.
Just behind
Yeah,
the
yeah,
walls
yeah,
and
yeah.
hurry up and
That's crazy. That's crazy. And so, do you have a section that you are font? No, let me. I don't want to get to that yet because that's so funny. Tell us about the premise of the show. So your idea is to try and do as much Shakespeare as you possibly can in order, or go to comedy to tragedy? Is there a method to their madness of putting this show together?
From how the show is structured, it seems like they kind of start by going at a more traditional kind of thing, but they start with Romeo and Juliet, which is, everybody knows
Classic,
that one.
yeah.
Everybody loves that one.
Easy win.
But then from there, they realized that the method that they were using would take up too much time. So then they start switching into doing these kind of contingency things, like they're using puppets and doing
To
something
make it quicker, let's do the puppet
Yeah.
thing so we don't.
right
Cool.
to get through it as fast as they can, because they're realizing how impossible it really is.
So do the plays overlap? Does Romeo suddenly meet Hamlet? I mean, is that sort of thing happen? Or?
Nothing like that,
Not
but
like inter-character meetings, but there is a point where we're starting to get so panicked about the time that we're almost just sort of making like little cameo references to different characters while we're in between shows running around trying to sort out what we're doing next.
Are there some noises off too? I'm not on, so I'm going to have to sit on putting
we do.
Yes, there is a little bit of that.
We
That is
talked
so
about that
true.
last night because we were having sort of technical issues with getting changed. And at one point, Ray goes, "Hey, if you're having trouble getting dressed, just yell off stage. I'm having trouble getting dressed.
What?
It goes with the show."
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Keep
We're
it
like,
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
my
we
God.
might have to do that, but I hope that we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you'll be
yeah.
fine. Yeah. But wow, this is great. And so lighting is like this is it, or does it do scene changes? Do you feel that?
Well,
There's a couple.
yeah, Ethan had come up with a couple really interesting ideas.
It could be done if you wanted it to. It could be done just lights up,
up.
lights down. But as we were going through the script, we sort of found some opportunities to put in some more fun lights, just sort of for enjoyment. That we thought
And to
served the
isolate
scene.
areas and that sort
Yes.
of thing, kind of stuff like that. Yeah.
Inform the audience of something to do.
Oh, cool. And to focus our attention on what's happening
Yeah.
at that moment there. Cool. And so all these plays come out, and we're very familiar with most of I remember reading it and seeing it, that the parts of the play that they chose to do were the ones that are most familiar to anybody who's ever seen these. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right.
That you're comfortable going,
Totally
oh, I remember that. Where's yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that section from that particular play.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
It's not some obscure scene from the Scottish play or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah, nice. And so you've got the costumes going. You've got lots of props too. If I remember,
Yeah,
there's a lot,
tons of props.
a lot of things to handle out there too. I don't know if this has happened to you yet. I just remember in summer stock one time I ran off stage. It was reps, so we had rotating reps. So I ran off stage and there was a rack, and it was my clothes from the next night already hanging there. I was like in the wrong play. What's going on there? Has anybody come on and going, that's not what you're supposed to wear?
We've had a couple instances of having to throw each other props because somebody's
Yeah.
walked on stage without it.
Here you go.
Yeah.
is true.
But that works.
It does,
That's
yeah.
it sounds like you're free to do whatever you want to. So it sounds like just so much fun.
Yeah. What's really awesome about this show is that it's about an impossible task, like trying to put on theater, and the collaborative nature of that, making that impossible task possible and fun while you do it.
And do you collapse at the end of every rehearsal?
Almost.
Collapse mid-rehearsal.
Mid-rehearsal. Yeah. I mean, it's high energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like start the run and then just keep running for 95 minutes or 98 minutes, whatever it is.
Our stamina's gotten better. I definitely have recordings of early rehearsals where we're like, and now we're huffing and puffing less.
Oh, but that's good.
That's so
Very
true.
fun though.
That's good. Gets the lines out. Super fun. So we open on the 12th of June. It's in the Interhall Lab Theater. You can get tickets at tickets.bergen.edu on our website, or you can call the box office as well. Cody's there to take your call. We have 7 performances. So we have Friday night, 2 on Saturday, the 13th, and then the following weekend, Thursday night, Friday night, and 2 on the following Saturday, too. Guys, this has been so great to have you on the show. We're so looking forward to what Bat has in store next. But right now, we are so looking forward to a good laugh, because we all need one right now, by coming to see the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged. So thank you guys for being on the show. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the theater. Thank you.